Hello, my love. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Tatiana Sonjalia, and I am a healer, and I love helping people transform their lives. I have received so many comments, questions, and feedback, and first of all, I am so thankful for you guys. I really, I cannot believe how much women, and not even just women, but there are some men as well who are really appreciating this content. And, I will admit that with the very first video that I made on the topic of feminine energy, I was so scared. I was not ready to share that with the world, but I just kind of felt a push and call to just do it. And that video on the attack on femininity, I feel like I need to make a part 2 of that, as far as modern day society, modern women attacking femininity, and attacking what feminine energy is supposed to be, and how necessary it is for all of us to live a balanced life. So if you guys are interested in me making a part 2 for the attack on femininity and the lies that modern women today, especially the single ones and the rich ones, especially those, the lies that they are trying to sell us. If you guys are interested, comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you guys ever have any topics that you guys would like me to expand on, I will do my best to get to it. So drop it in the comments as well. And I'm always looking out for comments. I'm always replying to you guys. I reply to every single comment. So feel free to just drop by and say hello. Or if you guys have something that you want me to talk about on this channel, please drop it down below. I really appreciate it. Okay, so this video is going to be a viewer requested video. I got a question from Milena. I think I'm saying that right. All right, so Milena asked this question. She asked, what about being in my feminine energy when it comes to making money? Should I tell my boyfriend that he has to take care of this topic, as I will only focus on my inner world and giving love? And then she dropped another question and said, could you make a video about this topic in general? Does this bring us back to the 1800s where he works and brings home money and she cooks and raises the kids? Okay. The first question I want to ask you guys is, do you guys think that today in modern society, in 2022, this is the year we're in at this moment, do you guys think that in modern society today that the majority of women can afford to stay at home? I know that, when we talk about bringing it back to the 1800s, that sounds so negative. And I don't know if, this viewer was coming off, as if that was a negative thing. But when I know that people say, oh my God, you're bringing it back to the olden days, you're bringing it back to the 1800s, I feel like they're always making it seem like it was something bad. And hear me out on this. I know that feminism back in the day, when it first started, was fighting for the rights that we have today, such as to vote, such as to own property, such as different legal aspects that, men are entitled to. Those rights that women back in the day, they fought for, that was all good and dandy. But I will say this, modern day feminism is not what it used to be. And I can make a video about why I'm not a feminist anymore. If you guys are interested in that, you already know, comment down below, let me know. But I used to be a strong feminist. I used to walk around with feminist shirts, and I used to wear, feminist buttons and whatever. Now, I will happily, proudly say I am not a feminist at all. Not in modern day society today. But back to our viewer question. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about this, but it seems as though in modern society today, the majority of women, we cannot afford to not have an income, right? All of us are not, the majority of women want a man who's making six figures or more and who can take care of the entire household. That's ideal. If women stayed at home and allowed their, spouses to bring in the whole income, they would essentially need to live below their means, which, first of all, everybody should be living below their means. That's another video to talk about. Everybody should be living below their means if you're being smart about your money. But I was going to say that the majority of women would not be okay with that, would not be okay with living a certain lifestyle if it meant that they stayed home and ensured that they were taking care of the household internally and, raising children and giving their all to helping their husbands, go out there and make that money, because it's not easy, and I don't think the majority of women would be okay with that, because that would mean no money to go get your nails done, no money to go out to dinner with the girls, no money for a new purse, no money for that Mac, no more money for, vacations, no more money for, all these unnecessary wants that women have. And the majority of the consumer population has been proven to be women. So I honestly think, and this might be a conspiracy theory, but who cares? It just makes sense to me. The majority of consumers are women. Okay, let's give it a number. Let's say 85% of all consumers are women. Okay, wouldn't it make sense for there to be incentive for jobs to be hiring more women so that they can continue being the majority of consumers and spending more money? Yeah, so when guys go out and make money at their jobs, that money is always going back into the household and funding the lives of their entire family. And, here and there, I'm sure men are going to treat their ladies and, feed into those desires and wants, those material goods and services. And I've seen many examples in my life, like my uncle, my dad, my grandfather. When their money comes in, it's to take care of the family. Their money is everybody's money. But when a woman brings in her money is her money. Do you guys understand what I mean? And when it comes to making money, you can have healthy feminine energy and still make money. I don't know why the majority of feminists think that when you're in your healthy feminine energy, because feminism today promotes masculinity. I don't care what you say. I'm speaking facts. Feminism today, I'm going to say it one more time. Feminism today promotes masculine women. Feminism don't even need to be called feminism no more. It needs to be called masculinism, honestly. All right, so I have an article here by CNBC, and the title of it says, "Here's Why Women Have a Harder Time Building Wealth." It's by Jessica Dickler. It says, "Many Americans agree it now takes a six-figure salary at least to get by amid today's rising prices and economic uncertainty." Correct. Yet, 72% of six-figure earners are men, according to a recent report by Magnify Money. Meanwhile, 57% of workers who earn less than $25,000 a year are women. Women are disproportionately overrepresented in low-wage and part-time jobs. I'm going to read that one more time. Women are disproportionately overrepresented in low-wage and part-time jobs, and underrepresented in the highest paying positions, Magnify Money found. Women are always playing catch up, says Ishma Mangla, Magnify Money's executive editor. So do you guys hear how they're trying to paint this negative light as if women are being disadvantaged by men who make more money? Okay, I have a question for you guys. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because men are evil creatures who want to keep women poor and dependent? Because that's what society wants everyone to think. I think the true reason that CNBC is not talking about, and they're trying to make it seem like women are sad and disadvantaged, I think the real reason, and this makes so much sense, the real reason the majority of women are not seeking high paying jobs. They keep saying, oh, the majority of women are not in high paying jobs. Well, has anyone even asked if women want the highest paying jobs? No, because that takes you away fully from your family. It's literally a full-time job being a mom and wife. That is a whole full-time job. We can just look at the numbers. The majority of women are going to college and getting degrees in positions like nursing and hospitality. The majority of women, when they go to college, those are what their degrees are in. Versus men. Men are not the majority of nursing majors or hospitality majors. We know that those jobs, are some of the lower wages. And the majority of women are taking those jobs. Women are literally going to school, racking up a bunch of debt just to secure low paying jobs, low wage paying jobs. And majors in college that, are for higher paying jobs in general, the majority of people doing those majors is men. And it's not because those majors aren't allowing women in them. It's because women don't really want to be in those majors in the first place and don't really want to have to work those hard-ass jobs in the future. But the fact that women are not working the highest paying jobs, are not picking the majors with the highest paying jobs, it's not men's fault. It's not society's fault. It's women. We are picking that ourselves. And maybe it is society's fault for making us think that that's a bad thing. But I will say what they don't say. Women, we naturally pick college majors in careers associated with childcare, child development, hospitality, nursing, and other careers that are centered around helping people and nurturing people. That is natural for us. So the majority of women are in these majors. The problem with that is that schools are racking up so much debt for these women. The majority of college graduates, I believe, is now women. But women are not going to college to become brain surgeons and astronauts. Women are going to college to then go work these low wage paying jobs and work part-time sometimes if they have the opportunity. The problem with that is that women, because they make up the majority of graduating college students, they're not making enough when they come out of college to pay off that high-ass debt that they were stuck with. So that's where that problem I see comes into play. The problem is that now society wants women to go to college and make money. But women innately are picking lower wage paying jobs and are picking to work part-time. So listen to this. It says, during the pandemic, women were heavily employed in many of frontline industries that were hardest hit. And within those sectors, women were more likely to get laid off or voluntarily step out of the workforce to care for children. The wage gap persists despite women's increasing levels of education and even widens among higher income workers. Women are increasing their levels of education, meaning more women are getting degrees more than ever right now. But when they get their degrees, they're still picking jobs that have lower wages, which makes it, this article is making it seem like even though women have degrees, they're still not getting paid enough. I don't think this article is not being fully transparent. I know for a fact that it's not that the jobs don't pay women enough because they're women. It's because the jobs that women are picking don't pay them enough. I guarantee you, if the majority of women with degrees were going out into the workforce to become brain surgeons, these articles would have nothing to say about the damn wage gap. They would just have to say something else to make it seem like women are being completely disadvantaged because of men. There's a quote here. It says, there's a quote by Ishma Mangla, the executive editor of Magnify Money, says that the highest earners in our society are men, which means that they are able to build wealth for the long haul. That's true. It's because men need to make more money because their money goes to the entire family. Their money is everybody's money. Versus the women who are going and getting nursing majors, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm not talking bad about that at all. I really think that's awesome. But the majority of women that are getting nursing majors and coming out of school not making high wages, they're trying to say in this article that those women are disadvantaged because they can't build wealth for the long haul. But think about it. Women's money is their money. So technically, women are settling for these lower paying jobs because they know that their money does not need to go to the entire household. They know that their money is their money and that their husband's money or their boyfriend's money or whoever's money goes to the whole household. So it makes sense. And I hate that this article is trying to make it seem negative, but it makes logical sense why the highest earners in society are men, because they need to be the highest earners. They have to take care of everyone who's depending on them. And it's not just their kids and wife who depend on them. Men's entire family depends on them. Men, when they grow up, their parents depend on them. Men have to take care of their parents, their spouse's parents, their siblings, their spouse's siblings, and everybody else. Nobody says that. But women, when we get older and we start making our own income, we don't have to take care of nobody else other than ourselves and our babies. Our money is our money, and don't nobody ever ask a woman to take care of her spouse's parents. So it makes sense why men need these higher earning positions. And then if you think about it as well, the reason that men are getting these higher earning jobs is not because they're just men. You can't just walk in. First of all, getting a job is hard. Like, it's hard. Don't even try to play yourself and act like it's not. Getting a good paying job with benefits, 401k, retirement, PTO, and all that is hard. It is not an easy task. So when we act like like society is just throwing out these high earning jobs to men like it's nothing, we're lying. We're lying to ourselves. That is not true. The majority of men are not making six figures. And just because the majority of high paying earners is men doesn't mean the majority of men are making above six figures. The highest earners in society, okay, they're men. Those jobs that they're working, the highest paying jobs, demand so much. They are extremely demanding. And women, we are not for that. We not for that. I'm not for that. And I'm not afraid to say it. Women today in feminism try to act like that's something I should be ashamed to be saying right now. But I am not built for that. I'm not cut to give my all, focus, energy, and life to a damn job. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. My focus and my true desire is somewhere else, and I can't fight that nature. A lot of us can't. That's in us. That's within us, the majority of us. Okay, there's another quote here that I'm going to talk about. It says, okay, by the time people retire, women have about 30% less saved than men, according to a separate report by TIAA. Why is that? Why do women have about 30% less saved than men? Could it be that men, through their careers, wisely invest their money? And could it also be that women are not investing their money in the way that men are? When I look around at how women spend their money and how men spend their money, it's pretty damn obvious. Not only are the majority, I already said the majority of consumers are women, but not only are women spending more than men, but women are not investing their money. So money's coming in from low wage paying jobs, and money is going out to these big companies that sell purses, makeup, jewelry, clothes, skincare products. So this article is trying to paint the light that women don't have enough saved during retirement, but men do. Okay, so let's add this up. If women are working lower paying jobs, but spending more as consumers than men, and they end up with lower percentages of money in their savings for retirement, what does that tell you guys? Well, what that tells me is that women are not good with their money. We cannot be the majority of consumers and making the least amount of money. That is what keeps people in poverty. That's what keeps women in poverty. So when it comes back to our viewer's question about should I tell my boyfriend to take care of this, bringing in the money while I stay at home, focusing on, she said, my inner world and giving love. And I feel like that might be downplaying it, because focusing on your inner world and giving love, that sounds all fun and dandy. But in reality, I'll say it a million times over and over again. Being a stay-at-home wife and mother is a full-time job. Men are not built for that. Okay, and yeah, there's the exception, right? But the majority of men are not built for that. Women, we are built for that. We can do that. That is our strength. And that is a full-time job. And I think feminism today really downplays that. Feminism today doesn't consider that a full-time job, because they only consider full-time jobs the jobs that men have. And I really like the part that you brought up, Milena, where you said, does this bring us back to the 1800s where he brings in the money and I cook and raise the kids? Well, I will say this. Women, when you're taking care of the household, you're not just cooking, you're not just cleaning. You're doing so much more than that. And by the end of the day, you are just as tired as the dude working that full-time job. But the only difference is that you can handle that. And him going out to work and working that hard-ass, high-earning job that nobody wants to do as a woman, he was built for that. And he can do it over and over again. He can wake up and do that and break his back and do that. And you can wake up every day and do what you do. Also, I will say one thing, and this goes back into our feminine energy of needing to feel protected, safe, secure, stable, and essentially provided for. I know that society tries to paint us this freaking picture that we're happy making more money, if not the same amount as our partners. But we know in our soul, we all want a man to make significantly more money than us. You and I both know that that is true. Oh, so there's another article here by CNBC, and the article title is After the Impact COVID-19, Most Women See Money as a Tool to Effect Change, survey shows, by Kate Dorr, CFP, published June 28th, 2022. So this here is pretty interesting. It says, Half of married women are still deferring to spouses when it comes to investing and long-term money decisions. However, among the women who rely on their spouse for money decisions, some 90% have actively engaged in their household's charitable giving, the survey found. As of 2020, U.S. women controlled nearly $11 trillion, which may reach $30 trillion by 2030, a potential wealth transfer close to the gross domestic product of the U.S., according to research from McKinsey & Company. Okay, so what this tells me is that the majority of women are working. The majority of women are engaging in their households' charitable giving, whatever that means. And we got to figure out what this article is considering charitable giving. When they say that, my mind is automatically going to the majority of women are buying gifts for everybody for Christmas or something. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is majority of married women are working and making an income. But what it looks like is that half of the married women, when it comes to investing in long-term money decisions, aren't doing the same, are not making the same decisions as their husbands. Why is that? Because a woman's income is her income, and essentially that is why the majority of the consumer market is women, because women are choosing to spend their money versus to invest it for the long term for the family. So just to wrap this back up to our viewer question about what about being in my feminine energy when it comes to making money? I know I brought in all these statistics and articles about what women are actually doing with their money and what it's looking like for women when they are making money, like what decisions they're making. I do want to say this. Women can make money, right? We all know this. We all are doing this. We're all making money as women. So I don't think there's anything wrong with women making money. If the majority of us women could stay at home and our partners could afford to be the only ones in the household that worked, then I think the majority of us would choose to stay at home and take care of the home, because that is a full-time job. And so when we're out working in the workforce as women, we either have 2 full-time jobs or we are giving up on our full-time job in the home. And we're giving less of ourselves to that really important role. So when we are going out and getting those jobs, you know, the majority of them are going to be lower paying jobs because we're picking those or we want those kind of jobs. We're not asking to be no brain surgeons, like I keep saying. We're not asking for those higher paying jobs. If we actually wanted the higher paying jobs, we would be going to school and getting the majors that require so much of us. But we're not. We're going to school, getting ourselves in so much debt. And then when we graduate, we're working these lower paying jobs. And we're even sometimes working part-time. Do you guys think that working demanding jobs takes you away from the full-time job of supporting the household in the feminine way? But this is all I have for you guys today. I'm thankful for all of your feedback, all your love and support. If you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you guys don't miss any videos. I don't want you guys to miss no videos. And until next time, I thank you guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing, marvelous day. I love you guys so much. Until next time, peace.